taught us about self-control, self-restraint, and tolerance. In short, nations must behave well in order to have peaceful relations with others. Panchasila should be observed by all nations to enable them to coexist peacefully and happily. However, we are not naive enough to believe that this ideal situation can be achieved easily. Man, nation, and even the world are not perfect. In conclusion, I believe that think peace, speak peace, and act peace should also be the noble objective of the Stockholm World Peace Award Conference 2026. My sincere commendations go to all of you. Thank you very much. My topic is how to promote world peace the Buddhist way. How the Buddha's teachings help to promote world peace. The Buddha taught us about self-control, self-restraint, and tolerance. In short, nations must behave well in order to have peaceful relations with others. What we are considering at this point is the concept of peace as reflected in the specifics of the Buddha Panchasila or 5 precepts, namely abstinence from killing, theft, misconduct, false speech, and intoxicants. But how can we apply this concept to present-day international relations or interactions among states? Number 1, killing. If leaders of a nation believe in this precept, they will not pursue a policy of aggression against neighboring countries by sending troops to kill their soldiers. They will not send bombers or warplanes to try to kill the leader of a country whom they consider as an arch-enemy. Nor will they send their secret agents to assassinate opposition leaders living in exile in another countries. Number 2, theft. World leaders will not endeavor to take wealth and resources from other countries. For example, states sharing a common river will not accuse each other of stealing too much water from the river and leaving an unfair share, which would create all kinds of problems for their agriculture. Many wars in the past occurred because leaders of one nation simply wanted to acquire wealth or important natural resources. Number 3, misconduct. In my understanding, this precept covers much more than sexual misconduct. It also means taking objects that are valued or that have been cherished by others without their consent. In the present world, one government should not allow its citizens to acquire the valuable archaeological artifacts of other countries through mischievous means. Neither should a more powerful nation prevent the citizens of another state from following the practices and beliefs of their own religion. Such phenomena were rampant in the past, particularly during the old colonial days. Number 4, false speech. Government leaders who follow this precept will be sincere in their negotiation and enter into cooperative endeavors with other governments. They will honor the agreement or treaty signed by them and other leaders. In short, they will enter into agreements in good faith. Unjust agreements will not last long. The disadvantaged party will try any means to abrogate or cancel them. And number 5, the last one, intoxicants. Intoxicants make the minds confused and unable to differentiate between right, rational thought and wrong ones, and between right decision and unreasonable decision. The term intoxicants here does not refer literally to alcoholic drinks, or drugs only, but should also include ideological and fanatical beliefs or doctrines. Leaders who are blinded by ideology, whether religious, economic, or political, may genuinely believe that they are better than others. The so-called Cold War can be said to have started with ideological intoxicants. Many religious wars, often between different sects within the same religion, are also caused by the false beliefs in one's own superiority to others. Based on the arguments set out above, Panchasila should be observed by all nations to enable them to coexist peacefully and happily. However, we are not naive enough to believe that this ideal situation can be achieved easily. Man, nation, and even the world are not perfect. Deranged leaders can be found time and again. In conclusion, I believe that think peace, speak peace, and act peace should also be the noble objective of the Stockholm World Peace Award Conference 2026. My sincere commendations go to all of you. Thank you very much.